Hello everybody, welcome to Tanu Cine Bites. Today we're talking about the Malayalam movie Hello Mummy, which is actually directed by Vaishal Elans. This is his directorial debut. The movie actually stars Aishwarya Lekshmi, Sharaf, Jagdish, Johnny Anthony, Aju Varghese, Bindu Panikkar in the lead roles. Since my channel is called Tanu Cine Bites, let me give you a bite-sized review about this film. If you want to know further about the movie, you can continue to watch it for the analysis. So, my final verdict for this film is that although the movie is called a comedy horror, I did not find any comedy, neither much of horror in this film. If you're a child who is below the age of 10 years old, this movie would be funny for you. If you're older than 10 years old, you're not going to be laughing too much in this film, and there is not much of anything that is scary about the movie. I felt like this movie had a lot of potential because the story was quite interesting, or at least in concept it was very interesting. There is the character of Bonnie, played by Sharaf, and Steffi, played by Aishwarya Lekshmi, who are getting into this sort of getting to know each other and seeing if this can lead to marriage, and everything seems to be going well until we find out that Aishwarya Lekshmi's character Steffi, her mother, doesn't approve of this marriage. Now, where is the mother? Who is the mother? I guess we get to know from the very beginning that she is actually not alive anymore. So how is she not approving of this marriage? Well, because she's a ghost. So these elements kind of reminded me of a very famous TV series that happened like maybe 20 years ago. It was called Hum Panch, where the mother was dead, but she is alive as a ghost through the portrait, and she's taking care of the husband and her 5 daughters who are still alive, and she's always involving and meddling into all the daughters' lives. So it was kind of like the same concept was taken and put into this film. So it had potential to be extremely funny and hilarious. Unfortunately, that was not the case. I felt like the comedic elements, the writing did not elevate the comedy scenes too much, and it has a lot to even do with the casting choice in my opinion. Sharafuddin, I believe this is his first role as a lead performer. The kind of story that this movie had and the kind of character it required, we needed someone to be a little bit over the top and a natural at doing over the top exaggerated body language for that comic effect. Something in the lines of yesteryear's Dilip. Or maybe I felt like Nivin Pauly, who actually has such a natural talent and flair for this kind of comedy, would have been perfect on this role. The role of Steffi, done by Aishwarya Lekshmi, and her father, played by Jagdish, was pretty nice, and they had like strong emotional elements in the film that could tug the audience heart. However, the weak script and the weak dialogues didn't help us in getting really connected to these characters and did not help in elevating the movie any further. For me, the best actor in the entire movie was Johnny Anthony as Sharafuddin's father, because the minute he came into the scene and there's this interaction between him and Jagdish, the kind of like a fight sequence, it was for me the most funny part of the movie, because they are over the top and naturally so good at this kind of comedy that was the only time I actually laughed in the entire film. Characters like Aju Varghese, Bindu Panikkar, honestly they didn't bring much to the movie, and everything that they did in the movie seemed quite predictable. A lot of things didn't make sense to me, to be honest, and somehow the storylines were not getting connected at all. I felt like it was extremely lazy writing, and it felt like they were just cooking up things as it went by. The movie could have still been acceptable or like a time pass film, but it was definitely downgraded due to its climax. In the climax, they decided to go all in for the horror element, and they started bringing in characters that were quite comical looking instead of becoming like bringing a horror aspect to the film. And the entire third act of the movie was very serious, but in such a dull way. We didn't feel anything when these horror scenes were taking place. Neither sadness, neither fear, neither excitement. Just pure boredom. So the movie actually ended with us getting a glimpse into what could possibly be a sequel to the movie called Hello Mummy 2, and just as I saw the screen show Hello Mummy 2, I was like, no thank you sir, I'm done with one Hello Mummy, and I probably won't be watching this movie again. When it came to the music of the movie, it was not too bad. When it came to the cinematography, not too bad. Again, just a time pass movie. There are much better options in the theatre right now that you could go and see instead of a movie like Hello Mummy. There was a lot of potential in this. Could have been elevated in so many ways. Unfortunately, it falls flat when it is termed as a comedic movie because it's not comedic at all. So that's it guys, that's my final opinion about the movie Hello Mummy. Make sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought about this film. I did go and see the other movie that's running in the theatre, which is called Sukshma Darshini, that stars Nazriya and Basil. I've already done a review on that. please don't forget to go ahead and watch that video as well. I've been watching a lot of series, TV shows recently, and I really want to go and do some reviews on these. Probably I'll start doing episode by episode reviews because that makes more sense. If you have been watching a lot of series, let me know in the comments below what kind of series you've been watching. I've been watching a lot of HBO series that's coming out and a lot more of English series like The Penguin. And now I started Dune Prophecy, and I'm waiting for Silo from Apple TV to start. I also got to see Citadel's Honey Bunny. It was not a bad show. If you want to get a review on series, do let me know in the comments below about that as well. Until then, take care. Ciao, ciao.